Hey everybody, LegalNoggin here, and I wanted to have a conversation today about what to expect when you speak to a lawyer. When you're having that conversation with a lawyer, there's going to be a discussion typically of what type of claim you have. Most lawyers will allow for a period of time for an inquiry into the situation that you're facing. That might be a phone call. Some lawyers may want you to come into their office and to chat with them a bit about what has been going on. One of the things that we pride ourselves on with my law firm is that we try to do things as technologically as possible. You might be on the phone with the lawyer initially, having a conversation about the situation. Most of the time, lawyers will do this for free. Some may not be able to do that if it's a business situation, other types of matters. But typically, if it's like an accident case or something like an employment case, you will find that the attorney can have that conversation with you, sometimes by phone or in person, where they're gathering information about whether or not they can help you. Those are the facts of your case or the facts of your situation. After you've had that initial conversation, there's going to be a need for investigation. Sometimes that investigation may take different avenues. It really depends on the type of case that it is, when the investigation happens, and how long it will be. If it's an accident case, for example, it may take a while for the attorney to gather the police reports and your medical reports and those types of things, invoices. If Medicare is involved, that's another issue. If insurance companies are involved, that's another issue. When I say insurance companies, I'm not just talking about the insurance company regarding the accident, but the insurance, your own personal insurance company that handles your health claims and those types of things. So there's a lot of issues that have to be dealt with in that type of a case, and so it can take some time to gather those things. You also have to take time to treat in those types of cases. That's one typical case where you may see a lot of time going into the investigation of what happened, how did it happen, pictures that need to be taken, or scene inspection, vehicle inspection, those types of things. So you're going to have those discussions, those types of discussions. The same principle essentially applies in just about any type of case. There's going to be a time where you need to gather information and develop chronology of what took place. And like an employment case, you will want to pretty much start at the beginning and when did I start working for this person, and what was my position, what was my salary, was I ever promoted, did I ever receive disciplinary issues. Those are all very important things, and then you sort of drill down into the facts that either got you terminated or disciplined on the job, and you want to help the attorney to understand what took place as it gathered, as your facts begin to gather up to the time where that issue happened, or the discipline happened, the termination happened. There's a lot of work that goes into developing these types of facts, and you are involved in that process. And so it's important for you to remember that. This is not something that happens overnight. It's not something that happens like in a month or two. There are times where cases can go on for even years, and it just depends on the type of case that it is, and it depends on what your expectations are. So if your expectations are that, through the roof, that you're going to need to, get this thing over with quickly, it's not likely to happen that way. You need to understand that. Fees is another subject that everybody can get really freaky about and not really know what to expect, and that's understandable from both sides. The attorney will have to discuss those things with you, and it will be specific to your situation. There are custody matters and family law matters that sometimes can be hourly and sometimes a flat fee. It just depends on what type of work has to go into that. Other types of cases have an outcome agreement where you get when you get your proceeds, your attorney will also be paid, and expenses and costs will be paid at that time as well. So it's important to remember those things, but don't stop calling an attorney, or try to to take the time to call an attorney if you run into a situation. Don't be afraid to make that call, because they're going to help you to know what's going on, what you can do legally, and how you can get it done, and what the cost is going to be. Obviously, you can't expect your attorney to work for free. Many attorneys do that from time to time, and it's called pro bono work. So if you do have a legal need and you don't have the resources, please don't be afraid to call an attorney, because there are resources available. Some attorneys that will help you, because there's certain requirements, even with bar associations and state bars, that attorneys participate in a certain amount of those types of cases every year. All right, that's all we're going to discuss today, but I sort of wanted to give you an idea of what to expect after you've spoken to your attorney. In the next installment, we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about not only what you can expect, but how that process will go about as far as what you can expect the process to be, and we'll get in a little more detail with you. Been good talking to you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We need to hear from you. We look forward to hearing from you at Legal Noggin.